Hey everybody, welcome to the Delivery Driver Pit Stop. My name is Michael. I'm your host. I hope everybody is having a great Thursday out there. I come to you with big news today, some huge news. Scheduled tonight at midnight, Lyft and Uber were going to close their rideshare business in the state of California, which would have been huge news. But 2 hours ago, Lyft and Uber went to court and got an injunction to postpone this for 10 days. What happened was the state attorney general in California was going to start enforcing AB Bill number 5 tonight at midnight, which if anybody has followed me or any other channels or any the gig working news, AB Bill number 5 in California forces gig companies such as Uber and Lyft and Grubhub and all the rest to classify their gig workers as employees. Which at the time, even though I kept to myself, I thought was a bad idea. As we see now, it's a horrible idea. You get these companies that they have very slim profit margins, and that's how they're able to stay in California. California, as some of you may or may not know, I can't stand, even though I live in California, it is ran by a bunch of communist Democrats up in the capital, Sacramento. They are very business unfriendly. They are not friendly to businesses at all in California, and because of this, many companies are refusing to expand, or many companies are leaving California because of how unfriendly they are. Perfect example, Tesla. Let's see. My wife's company, which I'm not going to say, my wife's company was in the midst of wanting to add 12 new restaurants in California this year and next year in 2020 and 2021. Because of the new minimum law in California, the CEO of the company said, screw it. We are not going to be opening new restaurants in California because it's very very business unfriendly. The $15 minimum wage an hour for McDonald's employees and et cetera, are ridiculous. You get these politicians up in Sacramento that stand on this pedestal on the soapbox and beat their chest saying they want more, they want fair wages for everybody, which is I agree with. But when you pass a bill like AB number 5, that is not the way to do that. When you make minimum wage $15 an hour, that is not a way to do that. All that's going to do is force these companies to either cut back or leave. When you cut back or you leave, now all these jobs that were going to come into California, perfect example from my wife's company. Now you don't have those jobs, California Democrats up in in Sacramento. Now without those jobs, you have more people unemployed. More people unemployed means less taxes that you get to spend frivolously up in California. That you waste tons of taxpayers' money. But I digress. Uber and Lyft saying screw it. They forced their hands with AB Bill number 5, and they're saying at midnight we're pulling out of California. Now what do you got? Instead of these Democrats beating on their chest saying, hey, look, we're victory. We're victorious. We passed AB Bill number 5. Now that's going to bring everybody, everybody's going to be employees now. Better everything for everybody. What happens when Lyft and Uber leave California? Are they going to say, hey, congratulations, we're victorious. Now we have nobody to fill these jobs because these two companies are no longer practicing their business in California. So where does that get you? That's, what is that called? A oval, I don't know, circling fire squad, I guess that's what they want to call it. It's ridiculous. I get so flustered. It's so ridiculous, these politicians. And of course, the Attorney General and all the liberal, democratic, communist, fascist politicians in Sacramento that passed AB Bill number 5, again, beating on their chests about how moral it is, and they're taking the moral higher ground. During this pandemic, they're still getting their $80,000 a year. They're not worrying about having to put food on the table because they're guaranteed wages with their government job. However, they're dictating to these companies, they're dictating to gig workers how to do their job. When you go into the gig economy, when you go into drive for Lyft, when you go into drive for Uber, or you deliver food for Grubhub, or Postmates, you know exactly what you're getting into. So when you sign up for these companies, don't go in and try and reinvent the wheel. It's not going to happen. If you don't want to do exactly what's outlined in the company's policies, then don't work for gig companies. It's that simple. People want to work for gig companies such as myself because I'm not, no one's, no, I don't have a boss. I make my own hours. I don't have to wear an employee outfit. I don't have to punch a time card. I don't have to, pay attention to anything they say. It's as long as I give good customer service, screw everybody else. But no, AB bill number 5, now you're an employee, you're a W-2 employee, now you have to punch a time card, you got rules to follow, etc., etc. So thankfully, the courts, Lyft and Uber this morning filed an emergency stay, and the judge ruled in their favor. So the stay is for 10 days. The injunction is for 10 days. Now that Uber and Lyft can keep practicing their businesses in California for 10 more days. At the end of the 10 days, around September 1st, this is going to come up again. And if AB Bill number 5 is approved and put into effect, the gig economy as we know it in California is gone. And the only ones that are going to be thankful for that are the taxi cab drivers. They're one of the few companies that's been against these type of companies forever. It's ridiculous. It's pointless. I always thought AB Bill number 5 was ridiculous and would come back to bite California in the ass. So instead of having all these people employed, if Uber and Lyft closes down, and after that it'll be Grubhub and DoorDash. If they close down, now how many people in California are employed? Sacramento, how many people are you getting taxes now every year from these people? No, because they're unemployed. And what are they going to do? File for unemployment, which I don't blame them. In a time of a pandemic when people are trying to make money, these morons in Sacramento are enforcing AB Bill number 5. It should be overturned. It should be overturned as unconstitutional. But again, you get all these people when at first, I want to unionize. All these people want to unionize these. Start your own company, like Uber, Lyft. Unionize with your own company. Don't take these companies that are already established and try to reinvent the wheel because you don't like how they practice business. If you do not like how they practice business, simply don't work for them. But this government is trying to protect people in the state of California from these predatory employment. These companies that are predatory. Simply do not work for them. Now, if, again, Lyft and Uber, if they shut down and gig economy as we know it in California is over. And so goes California, so goes the rest of the country. So you think if you're not California, you're going to escape it. You're not going to escape it. All these companies are bailing out of California, and this is just another example how out of touch these politicians are in California and Sacramento that has nothing to worry about because they still get their 80 grand a year, pandemic or not. But they want to feel good. They want to pat each other on the back saying, hey, we did good for the little guy by making AB Bill number 5, which is so ridiculous. The problem is these people are making these laws and passing these bills in California. They've never had to actually work hard for a living. They never had to put food on the table by doing gig work because if they did, they would not have passed AB Bill number 5. California, $15 an hour for someone who's frenching fries at McDonald's or flipping a burger at Burger King. That's ridiculous. All these companies had to cut back on employees, the employees that they do have, like in the, especially with my wife's company, they had to cut back on tons of employees. And the employees that they do have, they're making them do more and more stuff, which in turn burns out the employee, which in turn makes this restaurant employee say, screw it, I'm out of here, I'm not getting enough money. I have to do all this new stuff that because the company needs to make a profit, and you can't make a profit paying every Tom, Dick, and Harry $15 an hour. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, that's it on my soapbox. I think I get my point across. If anything changes, and if Lyft and Uber do pull out of California, I will come back and let you guys know. All those massive, Lyft is California's biggest market. And if they're willing to pull out, what jobs are these people going to take now, California? You patting yourself on the back, all these politicians, about they're doing good. All they got to do is pull out of California. Now you have all these people without a job, no income. Now we're going to go on government doles like unemployment. So where are you now? It's an ass-kicking contest with one-legged people. It's pointless. Anyway, I think that's it. If you appreciate videos such as this, make sure you give me one of those. Also, subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and ring the doorbell. Make sure you click on update all notifications. I think that's it. Everybody hang in there. Things will be better. God bless. Bye-bye, everybody. Take care.